Welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. Good evening, Instagram fam. Good evening, Facebook fam. Good evening, YouTube fam. On tonight, we are officially on week 3, part 1, and all month long, I've been talking about change. Hey, Javon, how you doing? Hey, Rhett. Hi, cousin Rhett. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, so this 30 minutes is going to go by quickly. We have been on change all month long. This week is going to be a little bit different. I'm on tonight and I'm on tomorrow night. And normally I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I have a previous engagement this Thursday and I will not be able to make it on. So I'm doing it back to back tonight and tomorrow night. This is for this week only. Next week, which is the final week, it'll be Tuesday and Thursday again. All right, so let's jump into it. Hi, Gaga. How you doing over there in Facebook land or Facebook fam? All right, so let me start with my website disclaimer before we get started. Okay, please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that I'm using, that there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to the changes in policies, that all replies are to be advisory and informational only and will not constitute an official determination. Information that's provided by myself are subject to limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility rests with you, the individual. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information changes frequently, and it is recommended that you consult another physician, another specialist, and or religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. All right, I'm not going to go over my bio. I am a degreed counselor. I acquired my dual degrees from Ashford University, and my passion is to help people who feel like that their life is just overwhelming. And I help children, single people, couples, and family members. All right. And I do know, I always say I look at the glass halfway full, not halfway empty, that we are overcomers. Yes, we are. I'm also a Christian counselor. And so the scripture that I'm using the entire year is Deuteronomy 31:6. I chose the NIV version, the New International Version, and it says to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you and never forsake you. Y'all know we are experiencing a whole new cabinet right now. Those that are following what's going on in the presidency. And so there are a lot of people that are afraid right now. I'm going to remind you, if you are a Christian believer, if you're not a Christian believer, that God will take care of you and your family, and he's going to take care of mine too. All right. Oh, hi, CJ. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Shaka. All righty then. And Gaga over there in Instagram land and over in YouTube land, Gaga says good evening, everyone. All right, so let's move on because again, this 30 minutes is going to go by quickly. Let's show y'all the key points for tonight. I'm going to blow it up. All right, and then we're going to minimize it. the key points for tonight says that many people have difficult times committing to growth because of the changes that are required. Again, we're talking about change and growth. CJ says, I'm great, and you, it's always good to see. It's always good to see you too, CJ. All right, so this month, again, we've been talking about change. We've been talking about change. And so the key points are talking about the difficulty of change. But let me tell you what the topic is tonight. Change is tough, but so are you. Change is tough, but so are you. Okay? All right. So the second one is change is hard, but it's also a part of life and something that we need to face, especially when our mental health is on the line. And number 3, understanding potential underlying fears and barriers is important when committing to growth. All right. So these are our 3 key points for tonight, and we're going to go and jump in it. This is an open platform. If you have any questions, I will stop and I will give highlight to the question and answer it to the best of my ability. I always say if I don't have the answer, I will research it and get back to you. All right. And if you want to share any life scenarios, I will pause and I will highlight that as well. All right. So it says change is tough, but so are you. And I don't know if y'all got the hand emojis. I know quite a few of us have had some tough life experiences, but we're still here. I'm still standing. You're still standing. Can I see a hand wave somewhere? Somebody raise a hand. Give me a thumbs up, something. We have experienced some toughness, but we're still here and we're still standing. All right. So it says the 4 reasons why we may be, people may be resisting or avoiding change. All right. And this is by Dr. Leah. Dr. Leah. Okay, and she's talking about true self-empowerment. All right, Dr. Leah. So she says that many people have a difficult time committing to growth and addressing their mental health needs because of the changes that are required. And she says, while change is hard, it's part of life and something that we need to face, especially when our mental health is on the line. So here are 4 reasons that she says people may be resistant to growth and a change, and why you should still push forward to change. And again, this is Dr. Leah. Number one, and let me move this on because I tried to shorten this because this 30 minutes goes by so quickly. Is that, yep. Number 1, it says creatures of habit. We thank you, Red. Thank you. She gave us the thumbs up. All right, Gaga, if she gave us the hand up. All right. We are creatures of habit, Dr. Leah says. And a lot of you, if you listen to what her explanation is, you're gonna start identifying some things even with yourself. But the good thing is we are overcomers, and a lot of us, we have grown past whatever struggles and we have changed for the better. Dr. Leah says, number 1, that we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit, and we find comfort in these habits because it offers us a level of familiarity, predictability, and control. Our routines, our systems, and ways of doing things are nice. They are, especially in times of hardship or stress, because they become a constant and give our lives some semblance of normalcy. So when we are considering change, it can feel like we are moving in uncharted waters. Change requires us to do something new and different. And even if we are aware that this change is good or in our best interest, it can be scary because of the uncertainty. Our brains are malleable. She says malleable. And we have the strength and resilience to break old habits and develop new ones. Now, I'm going to be extremely candid here. And I have family on here that's watching. I have family friends that's on watching. And then I have people that are just watching and that will watch later on. I'm going to be candid about change. Okay. A lot of y'all know that my mother passed in 2020. She passed October, 11 days after my birthday, October 2020. Okay. And my family experienced a series of deaths within 2 years. So my grandfather, which was my mother's father, died 6 months before her. Then my mother died 6 months later. Then my mother's mother, my grandmother, died 9 months after her. And then my aunt, my mother's youngest sister, died a year after that. So in 2 years, I had a series of deaths in my family. After my mother passed, I could not sleep. Hey, boss lady, how you doing? I could not sleep. No matter what, I could not sleep. So I had different people suggesting different things. My grown folk, they grew up in church and they working on their testimony. I say that all the time. They're working on their testimony. They grown, but they working on their testimony. God's got them. But they even suggested me smoking weed, some weed to mellow me out. I said, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. So what happened was they wound up buying me a light beer. I drank a Bud Light about this much out of the bottle, and it put me to sleep. So from the time my mother passed in 2020 all the way up to 2025, I would drink at night that much of a Bud Light, and so I can go to sleep. It put me to sleep. Well, let's talk about change. I started the year out like I normally do. My church and we went on a fast in January. This fast, and it was only called for 12 days in January. We went on 12-day fast. When we came off that fast, I didn't think nothing about it, about anything. Bossy lady, how you doing? I didn't think anything about, the beer or anything. But about 2 weeks after the fast, I said, okay, I want to just drink a little bit of beer before I go to bed. I went to drink a sip of it and got sick and got nauseous. And I said, here's my change. There's my change. There is my change. No more beer. No more beer. That was a small coping skill for me. I'm not saying it was the best thing, but that helped me go to sleep for 5 years. A sip at night. And after this fast, this January, took a sip and it made me sick. I said, my change has come. My change has come. I don't need it. I'm not taking it. I'm not drinking it. That's my change story, y'all. Okay, for some people, that's not a big deal. But from where I come from and my background, I have strong Christian roots. We believe on our help being in Jesus and stuff like that because he is the answer. But for 5 years, I took a sip about this much at night and I would go to sleep. But like I said, this year, after my fast, my change has come. No, I can't even stomach it. It's over with. My change has come. I wanted to be candid and I want to tell y'all that because this was a habit for me for 5 years. This was my coping skill for 5 years. But guess what? Change has come and change is going to remain with me. All right. So that was Dr. Leah. Dr. Leah, that's the number one, a creature of habit. Number two, she says the work. A lot of people won't put the work in. And when y'all see me looking this way, I'm looking at I have Facebook and Instagram. I got different entities on the work. So Dr. Leah says that change often involves unlearning old habits. Unlearning old habits, all right, and patterns of behavior that we have been engaging in for a very long time. What did I just share with you all? Okay, and this means that we have to work at it. So while we have the capacity to do hard things and grow, changing a behavior requires a practice and patience. I'm going to say that again. Dr. Leah says that changing a behavior requires practice and patience. All right. She says you cannot expect perfection or for changes to take place overnight. And at this part, she said this part can be incredibly frustrating. Okay. She says, so we like things to be easy and seamless. I know I do. All right. But as with all new skills, there is going to be a learning curve. All right. And moments of discomfort. Change is uncomfortable, guys. Change is uncomfortable. Hey, good, dark, and lovely. How are you? Okay. And so Dr. Leah says that you're going to mess up and even go back to some old patterns sometimes. Remember when we talked about week 1, how them 5 different stages of denial and change when it comes to change. And in it, that last one was the maintenance stage where you can weave it back and you're going to be still practicing your change, but then you may fall. We fall down, but we get back up again. And that's what Dr. Leah, she's repeating it again. There's going to be some times where you may mess up and even go back to old patterns sometimes. All right. But this doesn't take away from your efforts and the fact that you're still moving forward and in a different direction. And so expect things to be messy and uncomfortable sometimes, Dr. Leah says. Expect it to be messy and uncomfortable. So that was number 2, putting in the work. Number 3, Dr. Leah says, fear of loss. Now, we've been hearing this for the last 3 weeks. When you change, fear of loss. Dr. Leah says, let me move this on. I'm steadily talking and not moving my PowerPoint. Fear of loss. There we go. All right. So part of growth and pursuing healing often results in changes in our relationships. Okay. So when you actually start doing the work and then you start prioritizing your mental health and wellness, you become more reflective and aware of unhealthy behaviors and relational dynamics. You'll start to notice how certain relationships only thrive when there is a stagnation or when you don't challenge the status quo. Okay. Dr. Leah says, and as a result, you might start to feel as though you have outgrown some of your relationships or that certain relationships are at odds with your goals and values and maybe even detrimental to your well-being, right? Hey, Cole, it's good to see you. How you doing, Cole? And so Dr. Leah says that it's the aspect of change and commitment to growth that can be the most difficult. And there are some real potential consequences, including pushback. All right, pushback and protesting from the people that we love and care about, or loss of a friend or meaningful relationship. But Dr. Leah says, however, it's important to remember that we all deserve relationships that are supportive and uplifting. I'm going to say that again. Dr. Leah stressed it, and I'm going to say it, that we all deserve relationships that are supportive and uplifting. To have people in our lives who respect our autonomy and the decisions that we make. The right people will always stand in your corner when you are moving forward in a positive direction, because there are people that are standing in your corner while you're destroying yourself. For example, Cole said, I've outgrown most of them. Okay. A lot of us have outgrown a lot of them. Hey, Neva, how you doing? That's my sister over there. Hey, what is this? Fierce. Hi, Fierce. How you doing? So, for an example, I heard Mike Epps, the comedian, Day Day from Friday, Day. He was on, I think, the Jennifer Hudson show, and I happened to be home to see it. And he was talking about how he struggled with using drugs, the use of drugs for a long period in his career. And that's my sister Neva. And he said that he was trying to hold on to his friends, his boys from, who he grew up with out there in the hood and stuff like that. And so while his career was moving forward, he was just self-destructing by using drugs and just being out of his mind and being dependent on these narcotics. So he said after years of doing this, he came to himself and realized that this is not healthy, and he wanted to get his life together. So when he went to go get some help, some self-help, and he started drying out, and he stopped depending on those narcotics. He said all of the friends that he thought were his friends at the time, they started saying, you changed, you think you better than us. You think you better than us. And he said, you think that I think I'm better than you because I'm clean, I'm getting clean now? And so he said it was like a light bulb moment with him when he was like, the only reason why y'all was hanging out with me is because you love the fact that, he was a comedian and he was mainstream and stuff, but he was self-destructing, and they enjoyed the fact that he was self-destructing, even though he was on a good curve going up. And so when he wanted to normalize and wanted to get on a straight and narrow and be more productive as a person, those people, they got upset with him and they started falling away. And he said, and when that happened, his life just shifted for the greater. He wound up marrying his wife. Him and his wife not only partners in marriage and love, but they're business partners as well. They're in the real estate industry together, along with his career. And he's doing things. He's a great humanitarian and everything. So this is like, that's one of the examples that Dr. Leah was talking about, how there's fear of loss. He was fearful that there was loss at some point, but then he got over it. He was like, you know what? You all weren't friends to begin with. My friends to begin with. And so that's a lot of the light bulb moments that's going to happen with us and with you when you decide to change for the better. All right, number 4, Dr. Leah says time and energy. Time and energy. Let me move this along because y'all know I'll be talking and forget to move this PowerPoint. Time and energy. Number 4, Dr. Leah says that doing the work can often feel like a time suck. Like it's just sucking your time. Cole says the thing always is, what do you do when they resurface when you get to the other side, acting like they didn't do what they did, especially in public? That's called gaslighting. That's called gaslighting. Okay, does anybody else agree? That's called gaslighting. Don't give your energy to people that are gaslighting you. Okay, hey, the real Chatty. Hi, Chatty Bell. Hi, Chad. Okay, that's called gaslighting. We don't have time, because for ingenuine people, ingenuine, ungenuine, fake, whatever you want to call it, that is gaslighting. We don't have the time to give to anybody who's gaslighting you. That's like, and I meant to put the statement up. Let me look over here real quick. There's a statement that I wanted, that I think I have, and I meant to put it up here. I was going to put it in this part, but I got busy, y'all. Y'all know how it is with my schedule and stuff, running in from work. There was something that I snapshot, and I wanted to show. Maybe it's in my emails. And it talked about, I'm going to find it, and I'm probably going to put it on tomorrow night. But the statement, and this is it, Cole, it's gaslighting. Nope, not that. Okay, so it talks about manipulation is when a person who's done wrong to you, when you react to that wrong, then they try to be the victim and look at you like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're supposed to accept somebody gaslighting you, somebody doing you wrong. And then if you react to it negatively, then all of a sudden, then they try to manipulate you and make you feel like you're the bad guy because you're reacting to their abusive or their mistreatment. That's gaslighting. We too grown for that. We are too grown for that. We got too much purpose in us. We don't have time to be sitting there playing around, giving our precious time. Hey, Kashima, how you doing? We are too grown. We are not giving our precious time. I don't care who it is, family, friends, or anybody, giving them our time. Hey, Delora, how you doing? We don't have the time, and we're not going to give our precious time to gaslighters. So you just say next and keep it moving. I don't care who it is. Okay? And if it's your sister, your brother, your mama, then you tell them, you know what? I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep praying for you. I love you. I'm going to keep praying for you. But this is toxic. And when stuff gets like this, I have to separate for a little bit. I love you, and I'm gonna be there for you. And hey, how you doing? That Parnell. And then just tell them I'm gonna put a little space between us for a little bit. I'm gonna keep praying. I love you, and keep it pushing. Okay, because see, a lot of times that happens with family too. That's called gaslighting, Cole. You welcome, Cole. So Dr. Leah says, okay. She says doing the work can often feel like it's sucking up our time, especially when we see that the use of our time as time that we could be doing other more productive things. So whether it's going to therapy is never a waste of time, especially if you go to the right therapist. There are therapists out there, but every therapist is not your therapist. When you find your right therapist or counselor or consultant or whatever you want to call them, life coach, you're never wasting time, because that is investing in you. Okay, so building new habits or engaging in healthy activities. The commitment to growth and mental wellness can feel like a big undertaking. Of course, if you're gonna feel like, it's like you're overwhelmed, because you're moving into a new place. You're moving into a new space in your mind. Okay, Gaga said next. That's right. You're moving into a new space, so yes, it's a bit overwhelming, but you're moving upwards. You're not moving down, and you're not staying stagnant. So yes, anytime change or good change is happening with you, you're going to feel slightly overwhelmed, but keep going. Dr. Leah says that and the truth of the matter is that making big life changes and focusing on our mental health is an investment. What I say, it's an investment, and it does require both time and energy. It requires some level of sacrifice, and for you to start moving some things around. So, which can definitely be a task in and of itself, and extremely overwhelming. It can feel that way, but I'm telling you, in the end, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I made this change and this commitment to change. So, however, Dr. Leah is saying investing in your mental health is crucial to your quality of life. And when you commit to the work and to making changes that you need to make, you will notice the positive and lasting effects it has in other areas of your life. So the old stuff may go, the old negative stuff is going to go, but that new stuff you're going to start drawing some new stuff into your life, a new friend, new friends, new environment, just a newness, and you're going to enjoy it. This is what Dr. Leah is saying. So if you're struggling to find the time and energy, remind yourself of your why. Everybody has your own why you want to become the best version of you. Okay. She said, keep in mind the bigger picture, whether it is cutting back on food, those of us that are health conscious and want to lose a little weight, cutting back on your screen time, or deciding to wake up 20 minutes a little earlier in the morning. She's saying that she's confident that we'll be able to find at least 30 to 60 minutes in a day to invest in you. I know I ended last year, 2024, November, talking about us dedicating 60 minutes out of the day, 60 minutes specifically for you. Hey, the wave. It's good to see you. Dedicating 60 minutes out of them 24 hours specifically on just you, doing something for you, reading a book, listening to audiobooks, meditating, working on your craft, building a web page, working towards your own business, doing something for you, just 60 minutes out of the day, out of 24 whole hours. Cole said, that's what I've been praying for. Filling in the voids of what's leaving. Cole, you all right? You gonna be all right? Okay, it's gonna be all right, Cole. You are doing it. You're creative, and the good thing about us, we're blessed with creativity. We're creative. Things come to us, and then we start putting it in, start writing it down. Those of us that are Christian believers, we know Habakkuk 2 and 4, write the vision. Write the vision. On a secular level, they tell you to write down your why. Write down your, the things that you want to do. We're so creative. Filling the void is something that we can retrain our brains to do. Fill our void with something productive. Listen, that void that you feeling, Cole, take 60 minutes and work on something that you want to do, or something that you're aspiring to do. And that's for everybody else on here. If you're starting to feel like you're unproductive, or like Cole said, there's a void, take them 60 minutes and start Googling something. Find an interest. Look on something productive, and something that is surrounded just for you. Not looking on there for something for your mama or for a friend, use that void time that you're feeling and start doing some research on something that you're interested in. I don't care if it's a recipe that you one day want to cook and say, you know what, I'm going to get the ingredients and I'm going to try this. I'm going to try it myself. And then if I like it, then I'm going to make it for somebody else. Okay? I don't care if it's a recipe or if you want to learn how to sew a hem or something. If you want to learn a new song, if you want to listen to an audio book, take 60 minutes just for you, like Dr. Leah is saying. Okay? And it's what we at? Oh, our time is up, guys. Okay? So tonight we have talked about change is difficult. What was it? I'm sorry. I'm saying what I want to say right now. Change is tough, but so are you. And I think, if we can just say that to ourselves, change is tough, but so am I. So am I. I mean, Gaga says change, move on up. I like that. That's a nice slogan. Change, move on up. That's a great slogan, guys. If you could put that in your phone, change, move on up. Because change you can move down. We're not trying to do that. Change, move on up. And I like that. Guys, if y'all need to put that in your phone and say it to yourself every day. Thank you, Gaga. Change, move on up. Not move down, not stay stagnant. Hi, Felicia, how you doing? She said, yes, it looks, she said it takes time, but it's worth it. That's right, Felicia. Change does take time, but it is worth it. I like that slogan, change, move on up. All right. So Dr. Leah, she's a psychotherapist based in San Diego, California, and she works primarily with individuals who have experienced complex trauma and struggles with change and mental health and all of that. And so this was my teachings on tonight. Let's go to our takeaway. Okay, change is hard, but what is it? Change is tough, but so are we. Okay, change is tough, but so are you. Okay, so let me open this up a little bit. All right, this is our takeaway for tonight. While we have the capacity to do hard things and grow, changing a behavior requires practice and patience. I'm going to say that again. While we have the capacity to do hard things and grow, like Gaga said, change and move up, changing a behavior requires practice and patience. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hi, Juliana. Okay, so the quote for tonight, let me open it really quick and then I'll go right back. The quote says, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you do not belong. And that's by Mandy Haley, by Mandy Haley. I'm going to say it again. The quote is, change is painful. How you doing, Wow? Change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck in somewhere that you do not belong. Mandy Hale. All right, guys. So for this week only, I'm coming back on tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know normally my times are Tuesday and Thursdays, but I have a previous engagement on Thursday and I won't be able to make it. So we're doing tonight and tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So we did our takeaway. I'm going to open this up for my fellow counselors. This is where I got my theories from. Let me go back. I'm sorry. This is where my theories came from. For those that are interested, my fellow counselors, that's where I got my references from. All right. BetterHelp. I'm going to move through this really quickly. Very, very quickly. I'm making my service announcements, but I'm doing it because I believe in helping people, and there are great platforms for help for different people. Better Up, create a personal professional transformation through expert life coaching. www.betterup.com. That's better up, like we're going up, like change, moving up, like what Gaga said. All righty then. Next is ADA Plus Community, empowering adults with ADD, ADHD, and OCD to live their best lives. A different brain requires a different approach. www.adapluscommunity.com. All righty then. The next one is betterhelp.com. So if you want a safe space to speak with a licensed professional online, BetterHelp offers affordable counseling sessions for individuals, couples, and family members. www.betterhelp.com. All right. The next is 988 Crisis Helpline. So connect with the people that you can trust. And if you know someone that's struggling, or if you're struggling yourself, it is okay to share your feelings. The 988 Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people who are in distress, prevention, and crisis resources for you or your loved ones, and the best practices for professionals within the United States. It is free, 988. So it's www. You can Google it, 988 Crisis Helpline. All right. Next, Learning RX. I stand on this. Learning RX has been around for a number of years. Cole said, change, move on up. I love that. Learning RX is a brain training. It offers a way to strengthen your thinking skills. It says if you want to become a better learner, a thinker, you might want to consider adult tutoring. Another great option is brain training. Learning RX, they have a proven record that their graduates have their graduates' IQ have improved at least 13 points during their training period. And the brain training has made significant gains in skills like your working memory, long-term memory, and attention. All right, your attention span. That is www.learningrx.com. All right. And if there is if there's a past counsel of the day with Shanrae, a past counsel of the day with Shanrae that you've missed or you just want to rewatch, go to my YouTube channel at Shanrae Price. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, then go to the counsel of the day section and choose any counsel of the day that you would like to watch or rewatch. All right. And my final tonight is I'm a professional one-on-one counselor. So if you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services, feel free to contact me via my Facebook Messenger at Shanrae Owens, or you can email me at shanrae.price@gmail.com. I am a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in your overall behavior, life's goals, and dreams. All right, guys, I will see you all. Thank you for participating tonight. Counsel of the day. Okay, change is hard, but so change is tough, but so are you. That was tonight. We're going to move to part 2 tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, my Facebook family, my Instagram family. Thank you, my YouTube family. I will see you all tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have been awesome. Bye-bye.